Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. So today I have another video and I'm gonna be showing you how I sculpt this from Wreck-It Ralph 2, which came out in 2018. I'm assuming you already watched the movie, and Yes is one of my favorite characters in the movie, and she's a head algorithm of the BuzzTube, if you can remember. So this video will be a time-lapse version just like the last one, but I thought it's a good idea to show you my workflows in ZBrush and the general workflows I use to create any character inside ZBrush. So whenever I start to sculpt a new character in ZBrush, I start from gathering reference. For example, for creating this, I started creating reference from the movie itself. So let me show you my reference. These are just reference taken from the movie. They are just a bunch of screenshots taken from the movie, and as you can see, it shows me different angles from, like, for example, this more of a front side view, this one kind of back side, and this one also shows me like a 3/4 view of the front side. I'm trying to create something like this one, as you can see from the thumbnail. I'm not like trying to copy everything, I'm doing this just from educational point of view. So this program is called PureRef. It's really amazing program. You have to check that out. It's a program like it lets you put your reference in one place and you can save it. So whenever you want to sculpt again, you just have to open that file only. You don't have to go through every pictures like in your folder. So everything comes in one place. It's a free program. I'm gonna put the link in the description below, and it's very easy, and all you have to do is just drag and drop your image like this. Let me show you. For example, these are just, for example, if I like this one, if I see something from this direction, I just select and drag like this. It's just populates this in the canvas. You see, it's very nice program. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can scale it like this. You can put it in the second monitor if you have, like that. So really nice program. You should definitely use this program for your projects. So let me put this in my second monitor and let's launch ZBrush. And the first thing you see is my UI is a little bit different from yours. This is because I like to customize my UI in ZBrush, which is a nice thing, by the way. Everyone should have to do customization in ZBrush. You can use the default configuration, but I think it's a good idea. Everybody agrees that everyone works differently, so customizing is one great feature of ZBrush. So whenever I sculpt a new character in ZBrush, most of the time I start from Dynamesh sphere, for example, Dynamesh 64 and 128. You can start from anything in ZBrush, but personally I prefer to start from a Dynawax. And after I create these basic shapes, first thing I do is change the material like this. For example, most of the time I use this material because it looks like more of a skin. Another thing I do is create a hotkeys for every brush and every tool I used. Yeah, let me show you my brushes. So I already create a shortcut for every brush I used. For example, number 1 is for Damien Stardust. You see, Damien Stardust gives you more of a sharp creasing. And number 2 is for clay build up. You see, And number 3, which is my favorite brush, is the move brush. 90% of the sculpting process, especially the blocking process, I used the move brush. And 4 is just move topological brush, somehow similar to move brush. And number 5 is, it's called M-cut brush or M-cut brush, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the only custom brush I downloaded from internet. Besides that, I always used the default brush in ZBrush, and also sometimes I used hairbrush from different source. But in general, these are my brushes. And let me continue. Number 6 is edge polish, which is one of an amazing brushes in ZBrush, especially if you're doing mechanical objects. And 7 is just standard brush. I don't use it that much for sculpting. I only use it for poly painting, for example. And I'm gonna turn on RGB in terms of the add. So basically, standard brush, I used it for poly painting like this. It's pretty basic. I'm gonna do a separate video maybe in the future, but in general this is my workflow. And number 8 is for insert multi-mesh brush. For example, you can insert cube, for example, you can insert sphere for different parts. For example, let's assume this guy is some kind of creature maybe, and this is how I insert different primitives to use as a base for sculpting. Okay, and number 9 is just for quick saving, and Vero is another great brush in ZBrush which is added in recent time. It's a Z model brush. This brush is really amazing brush. It saves you from going to another application like 3ds Max or Maya, so you can create anything in this with this brush. It's really nice brush. So these are almost all of my brushes I use for creating characters in ZBrush. And another thing is I do retopo in Maya, and sometimes you can see me like going back and forth from Maya and back to ZBrush. I prefer to do in Maya because it gives me more tools for retopo. I don't like the retopo tool in ZBrush, but sometimes I do use the Z-remesher, but for most of the time I use Maya for retopo. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section below. So let's get started.
guess you're back. Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply. It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain, 'cause I know you're on the run. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, your secrets to my grave, 'cause you are the only one. 'Cause you are the only one. The only one. 'Cause you are the only one. The only There will always be a place for you by my side, day or night. You know that it's killing me. Why do you always leave? It's not right.
So this is the final result. I'm sorry if the video is a little bit fast. I'm trying to cover almost 3 days of video in just 30 minutes to make the video as short as possible. But if you have any question or any suggestion on how my next video should look like, you can send me your thoughts on the comment section below. And also I'm on social medias like Instagram in Artstation. You can follow my works here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I make a new video here on my channel. So thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next one.